Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be doing a video or I am going to be doing a video showing you the new Universal Celtic Tarot. I had this in my Amazon cart for I don't know how many months, since like February or something, and I was waiting to see when they released it and I didn't check, and I think two people did a video on this and I was like, oh my god, it's in, and I went and ordered it. So first of all, I love the triple spiral. This is going to be tattooed on my body. Anyway, I love this, okay? They call it the Triskel or the triple spiral, okay? So I love the backs. The box, by the way, is not like one of your hard boxes. It's a low Scrabo deck, and I love them. But I'm just saying, like, the box is, you know, it's all right for traveling. And lately, I've been keeping mine in boxes and bags, but doesn't matter. So I want to have a look at these cards today. I got these yesterday, and I kind of skimmed through the little white book. It's not like a, you know, it's just your typical little white book, okay? Now, I like this fool, this little leprechaun walking on the rainbow in this card. I love his little flower hat, right? Now, I wasn't going to put this in order, but I decided I better because it just looks so much nicer. I love this, like, druidy magician. I love how it's so nature-based looking and natural with the rock and stuff. Hang on one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Hang on, I gotta turn this off so that there's not so much background noise. Okay, guys. So, next card. Now, I just love this. I think this is beautiful. What a different, like, rendition of the High Priestess, right? And this is based on, I think it's Greek mythology, maybe? I don't remember. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. The booklet, like all his booklets, come in different languages, you know, English being the first. But I love her cloak. I love her Bridget's cross that she's wearing. I love this crane on the bottom, if you look at the bottom of the card. So, yeah, this is really pretty. Also, I noticed when you lay these cards side by side, let me see if I can get it. See that? How it bridges nicely with the little design in the corners? I think that is so cool. Anyway, this is a beautiful deck in my opinion. This is another pregnant Empress. I love the way they did all this. Oh, she's not wearing a shirt. Her hair's just covering her boobs. I love this Emperor. You can tell he's like the man. He's protective. He means business. You know, he's like, I don't know, I love his outfit. I love everything. He's on a throne that's carved from a tree, right? It represents like material, the material part of who you are. I don't know. It's just, I'm just going by like what I see and what I feel. don't know if you guys can see the bottom, like the names when I'm holding these cards, but this one's the Hierophant, which I think is beautiful. This artwork is really gorgeous in this deck. Here's the Lovers, and instead of your typical angel here, we have what appears to be a woman. Apparently it's like a Celtic hero, Cuchulainn. Excuse me. And it says that he's here depicted between two women. He has a lover and a wife. So that's just very different. So one of the women decided to basically walk away. So this is kind of based on some folklore here, this deck. Excuse me. As always, guys, my allergies are crap right now. I like this Chariot. And I noticed in this deck they use runes a lot. I like how in each deck, when you get to the strength card, they have all different animals for strength. I've seen a saber-toothed tiger. I've seen regular tigers. I've seen lions. Now bears. I've seen, I think, a hog on one of my decks. Might even be the Druidcraft Tarot. But anyway, I really like this Hermit. I love in this deck that a lot of these characters have like elven ears. And it does have a fairy touch to it. But it's also very Mother Nature-y. Here, in case you can't see the names on the bottoms of the cards, guys. This is the wheel. And as you can see, there's a big wheel that she's like sitting on. And I know that there's at least 2 videos out there, maybe more, that people had done a walkthrough on these cards or just, you know, a flip through. For Justice, this is interesting how you have these 2 fellows on the bottom here. Like, they are being almost judged, like, or explained to that, you know, they're being watched, that it's almost like saying karma, she sees, she just waits. She has her scales, and it's like she's performing the law of nature, you know? It's very natural looking. I fell in love with this card. I love the foliage. I love the different colors with the like amber and the yellow, and it's like the sun's peeking through, and you have a little touch of green. And I like how they didn't use a lot of green around him because his face and body are like green and part of the tree, so that was smart. That would have been the only way you could see that character, excuse me. Very different image of death. It's almost like the Crow Tarot, but the heads in this, I mean, that's actually making me want to look in the book here, because I'm curious as to what it says for death, and I'll read it to you, because we can see this girl writing this. It says, "Death arrives in silence from the sky. It is the beautiful Morrigan on the wings of a raven as she surveys the battlefield. We will all become equal in death and then be reborn in the early sun." So that's interesting. Doesn't explain to you exactly what the thought process was behind, like, the heads, but okay. I guess because it's a battlefield. Love the Temperance card. I was really impressed with... There was only a couple cards in here that I wasn't, like, in love with, but I still like them. I still like them a lot, and the rest of them I am in love with. The Devil card, very, very interesting as far as I'm concerned. It's supposed to be the god Ogmos, maybe? And he has a man and a woman attached to him with chains. And it's the devil's about temptation. So I guess that this is like saying, like, here he has like a long tongue, and I think that that could be telling you lies, manipulating you, and not even really needing the chains, but being able to just speak to you and whispering the right words, and then being able to draw you in, so to speak. And it's kind of interesting how these mountains look like teeth, you know, like the inside of a mouth if you look, right? Can you picture that? This is a very different looking tower. I like the lightning strikes, the brightness here. Really impressed with the way this looks. I think I would have liked to have seen more of a castle crumbling like your typical, or exploding at the top, but you still get the meaning of the card for the most part anyway. I always look at the star. The star is one of my favorite cards. Excuse me. In the major arcana. It usually depicts a naked girl, and you almost always are going to see nudity, but it's about truth and nature. The 8 stars are usually a sign of infinity. It's about looking ahead into the future. It's about intuition. It's about hope, guidance. I just love the star card, and I love the way they did it on this deck. This is another beautiful card, the moon. The moon is another card I will always look at. You know, I didn't even think to look for the dogs, and no, they're not in this card. But the sun is beautiful, very different. No creepy baby this time, guys, right? But this is a beautiful deck here. I really, really like it. Now, this one I was okay with. But I like to see, when I look at Judgment. Judgment is one of my favorite cards. It's about knowing right from wrong. It's about a lot of things, but I really like that angel with the horn, and I'm missing that in this card. And they did things the way they did things, and that's fine, but they also, some of this deck is about gods and goddesses. Like, this is supposed to be the god Mananan. He's the god of the sea and elsewhere. It's saying he rides high on his dolphin beneath him. The dead on the land of the blessed raise their arms to him in gratitude. So it's like a time of innocence and everything, and that's fine, but it just, I would have liked it if the angel was in the sky a little bit better. Again, they use the deer in the world card, and this card is, again, I'm okay with it. But there's some, when they sway away from like the Rider-Waite imagery, I get like nervous. Like, I don't know, not nervous, maybe that's not the right word, but I kind of, it's almost like it gives me anxiety because I want it to be more like the real card that I'm used to seeing depicted. I know that sounds nutty, but maybe it's that OCD gene in me somewhere. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, very different. You don't see a hand, you don't see a giant coin. You see a big, like a circle with a triple spiral. You know, it's a little bit different than your typical ace. Here we have the Two of Pentacles, very pretty. The Three of Pentacles, just like putting yourself out there, community. Here we have the Four of Pentacles. If you remember in the Rider-Waite deck, is the one where they, you know, they usually have like that little trunk, and they're kind of like stashing their money in there. So this card looks a little bit different than what we're used to, right? Okay, and then we got the Five. which there's a triple spiral, like I guess there's supposed to be coins around her. And this tells me like solitude and going within, almost like the hermit would, more so than spilled. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Five of Cups. I'm sorry. The Five of Pentacles, though, is still usually it's a man and a woman depicted walking by a church, and it's about sometimes having someone by your side when you're lonely, sad, depressed, and not accepting help, and sometimes it's being left behind or leaving someone behind or something or an idea or material thing. Then we got our 6, which is about giving and taking. I like this one for the 7. It's like all these, watching things kind of grow and come along and change and learning. And then we got the 8, which I really like this guy, this little leprechaun here, working the way. I really love this card. For the 9 of Pentacles, I think it is so cool. I really like these cards, guys. I mean, look at this card. It's so cool. I don't know if you can see that's the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, now normally your 10 of Pentacles would be more of like a family-oriented card. You'd see dogs, a baby, a grandpa, and then a younger couple. And this is just very, very different. So I would imagine this is one of the other gods as well, because this one is his name is Gubinuia, the blacksmith fairy, and it says he's forging a triskel, which would be a pentacle, and he's working in the community. So that's interesting. So these are like gods and goddesses, the universal Celtic tarot here. And each image, they show somebody different, and there's a different story, and they only give a small piece of information. I love the use of dragons and fairies. This is beautiful. The coloration in these cards are really nice. The card stock's decent. It's not super thick, and it's not super thin. So it's not like it's, it's very shuffleable, comfortable. I really, 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 really like this Ace of Wands. I really do. And I love how he has like a tattoo on his arm. A lot of this, oh, look at this. Look at this card. I mean, it's just freaking gorgeous. So if you guys, and this, like I said, this was just released, I believe, because I had this in my cart for a while. I mean, months and months and months and months before I saw a couple videos come out showing this deck, and I said, you know what, it's finally in. I'm going to go grab it because I really want to work with this deck. I've been waiting, just chomping at the bit, waiting for this to come in. I'm going to have to speed this up, guys, because got to deal with some family stuff here. So I am going to speed this up. Sorry, guys. But these cards are really, really, really freaking awesome. I love them. You guys can go on, I believe you can, yeah, you can go on Amazon. There's a lot of places that you can go on and get this deck right now. Probably even eBay has it. I mean, it's really, or go Los Scarabos site. Okay, guys, have a good night. Universal Celtic Tarot. Beautiful deck. Very impressed. Love it. Thanks. Thanks for watching.